glass of juice from the Kuvings. It's carrot juice, 100% carrot juice for some juiced up ninjas. That one we need 6 apples and 6 oranges if we've got them. Yo, so that was our first time using the new juicer. Looking pretty dope, looking like the yield will be dope. Headed HEB to grab a couple things for the next batches. And then we got the cannabis panel coming up in about 30 minutes, so stay tuned. So the challenge here is keeping these videos short while keeping your attention and trying to show you the story of my day instead of telling you the story of my day. So hopefully I'm doing a good job. I don't know. Leave me a comment, let me know.
Austin, so I operate a retail store. I also operate through that brand an e-commerce site. We sell everything. We manufacture our own products as well as curate high quality products that we've kind of vetted through our brand that we present to consumers in a really education forward, kind of environment. We really want people to be curious. We encourage them to ask questions. We challenge ourselves to constantly be educated on this plant, on this industry, to be involved in conversations like this. Those are, I think, really core aspects about our brand. It's not like, I just want to sell CBD.
Yeah, for sure.
On the backside, we connect brands and retailers as well together, trying to fill in those gaps
in the Texas supply chain, where
Let's see, where do I start? We launched, MJ's as a pre-roll brand. I guess it was November, December of 2018, and we were actually making our pre-rolls in the back room of Alamo Botanicals, which was the first CBD store to open here in San Antonio. And then quickly, it was just, we needed to have our own space within a month or two. Got our own space, and then we ended up linking up through, Rick, right, Dalton? I think everybody here is familiar with Rick. Through some people in his network, we got in with some distributors that were dealing on the smoke shop and like gas station side. And pretty quickly, it was apparent that these guys don't really know much about cannabis. They're definitely just in it for the money. And which is like, it's tricky because there are a lot of people in this industry that are that way. And it doesn't mean that they don't have something of value to offer the industry. But you just gotta take it with a grain of salt type of thing and like fill out these people to see if they're the right ones to work with. But not to go into too much detail of it, basically we had to scale up very, very quickly. So we went from producing maybe 1,800 joints a week to we had a 20,000 joint order come in, and we needed to have it fulfilled by Thursday, and it was a Monday. And I'm like, dude, that's an insane expectation. He's like, well, we either got to make it happen or we're going to lose the deal. And I'm like, okay. So there's a lot of challenges in manufacturing, especially when you talk about manufacturing at scale. And then when you're working with partners that have these crazy expectations. So obviously making 20,000 joints in 3 days, there were not enough there were no SOPs in place. There was very, very little quality control. We just had to make it happen. And we did. It was crazy. We got it's like 100 pounds of flour that we need to fulfill that. So we had 100 pounds of flour overnighted. And then it's like, yo, we need 20,000 cones, cones to fill these. So we got 20. So that's another thing, right? Raw was actually on back order for like 6 months. So you couldn't even get raw papers or raw cones at the time. So I had to go through another company. So finding sourcing for these raw materials is another, challenge. So then we got 20,000 cones overnighted. And then what they wanted was like basically boxes of 100 count half gram joints that they could sell like at the point of sale individually. And I'm like, okay, well, what are these boxes? What are you going to use, and where are we going to get them? So then there's that sourcing. All this had to happen in a matter of like 8 hours and have it ordered and overnighted by tomorrow and then get it. And then it was just like put out a message to all my people that I know that are interested in cannabis and like, hey, do you want to help us twist joints? We'll pay you like $10 an hour just to come and twist up joints. And so we had like friends and friends of friends like come in and just start like, all right, here's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be twisting joints. You got to weigh them out as much as you can. If you notice that it's kind of like, pretty much on, then go ahead and twist it up. So it was crazy, man. It was just insanity having like a dozen people in a converted office space just like pumping out thousands of joints. But I learned a lot. It's definitely not the way I would have wanted to do it. But then that brought in a lot of revenue that then we could reinvest back into like, okay, let's get some more or better systems in place. The unfortunate thing about it was those partners still had this very like fast expectation. It's just their way of doing business, and they don't understand that this is a brand new industry and we're creating everything from scratch, and we can't really move that quick and produce a quality, consistent product. So literally, we fulfilled that order, right? And then 2 days later, another one, 30,000 joints. And I'm like, dude, we barely made it. We're like trying to catch our breath after like doing that. We had an 18-hour day where we worked till 4 a.m. at one point. And then, of course, the complaints started coming, of like, hey, some of the joints are longer than others, some are shorter. And I'm like, yeah, what do you expect? You needed 20,000 joints in 3 days. What do you think is going to happen? We have no time to make sure that all these joints are going to be on. So if it's one or the other, right? Like if you want us to fulfill this giant order in such a short period of time, then you're going to sacrifice quality. That's just, it doesn't matter what your industry is. It doesn't matter what you do. If you're going to have high quantity with a short period of time, quality is going to sacrifice. And I'm like, but if you want us to be more consistent and have that higher quality, then you need to give us the time to do it. So that's just a little bit of insight into like last summer and what was going on. We ended up splitting from those guys because they were not really good partners, even though they did generate a lot of revenue for us. But we package everything in either hemp paper packaging. We have 5 packs of half-gram joints. We have full grams in hemp plastic tubes. And so if sustainably packaged, hemp packaged products is something you're interested in, then that's what we offer there. Famous Juice Company, we are located inside of the storefront called the Re-Up Station. It's on the northeast side of San Antonio, so if you're in the San Antonio area, you can come walk in and pick up some bottles of juice, learn about the zero waste lifestyle. We also have flower in our pre-rolls there as well. If you want to see it, touch it, check it out before. Yeah, shot of my plants because they legit. You guys probably noticed that I play a lot of disc golf. I'm playing a lot more the past couple of days, kind of for some content, but also like I do play a pretty good amount of disc golf because for me, it is a way to de-stress. I do run 3 businesses and that can be very stressful and life can get imbalanced pretty quickly. So it's a way for me to keep balance. It's a way for me to de-stress. It's a way for me to connect with nature because these disc golf courses are usually out on trails. So that's why I play a lot of disc golf and hope you guys enjoy it. If you never played disc golf, definitely give it a try. Okay. Thank you. Like I got to record the whole time.
Oh God, please tell me I'm not the only one who's in this situation. Just when I think of you, my fingers started shaking. I've known you for 2 days, I'm sorry I forgot your name. And it's not your fault, but just believe my heart is breaking into 2. I want you, I want on the
that is what a disc golf tournament looks like. That was a doubles, so we were playing with partners. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And that'll be all for today. See y'all tomorrow. Cheers.